The Operation Command Center received a call that there was a shooting incident in the area of Colson Key. The commandant immediately mobilized or standby team, which is a quick reaction crew, to move to the area and provide assistance to the individual, to the wounded individual. We got to the site, to Colson Key, and we found 5 individuals who were at the fishing camp, who were victims of the piracy that had occurred approximately 18:45 earlier that evening. We were informed by the fishing crew that they were approached by a vessel, a Mexican skiff, with 4 individuals on board, requesting assistance with fuel. The men quickly thereafter pulled out a weapon resembling an AK-47. Of course, the situation immediately turned sour as the men were instructed to jump overboard their vessel. They did. Shots were fired, and one Mr. Cornelio Verde was shot on his right side between his thigh and his gluteus maximus, his buttocks. We were informed by the crew as well that they were instructed to return back into their vessels, which they did. They were transported to Colson Key at their fishing camp, where the caretaker of the camp was tied up, as well as with the other fishermen. They were robbed of 2 engines and all their fishing products that they had accumulated since being out there. The pirates left. Mr. Verde was bleeding, and basically he was left to succumb to his injuries. 2 of his sons, because he was with three of his sons, 2 of his sons then began swim towards a vessel that was a distance away to request assistance in help assisting their father. They reached the vessel. The persons on board the vessels were able to make contact with the Coast Guard, and at that point we responded and provided the relevant assistance to Mr. Verde and the remainder of the crew.
Now, have you made any inroads as to who these suspects are or where they might be from? Because this is not the first time. I think just last week we reported another incident at sea. They seem to now be the norm, that these incidents happen at night.
Definitely there's been an increase in piracy at sea, and it's something that the commandant definitely will address, and having the Coast Guard be very, very proactive and aggressive in ensuring that the maritime spaces and the maritime domain of Belize remain safe and secure for our fishermen and all mariners who operate in our domain.